Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bay Sunday. I'm your host, Sydnie Kohara. Today's show brings us two film festivals, a nonprofit doing some great work, and an East Bay theater company with an amazing one-woman show right now. And remember, if you miss a segment, you can get extras and show archives on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter pages. Also, you can pitch story ideas there and on our portal at cbssf.com. Well, the Bay Area last saw our next guest many years ago on the stage in Fires in the Mirror and Twilight Los Angeles. And you may have seen her on television in The West Wing and Nurse Jackie. She's back now, live and in person in the Bay Area after, I think, a 15-year absence. Anna Deavere Smith's latest work is a gem. The Chronicle, I know you don't read the reviews, but the Chronicle is calling it really just a work of art. She plays a rodeo rider, doctor, prize fighter, supermodel Lauren Hutton, cyclist Lance Armstrong, and former Texas Governor Ann Richards, among others. Please welcome the star of Let Me Down Easy, Anna Deavere Smith, and welcome to Bay Sunday.
Great to be here with you.
And thank you for getting up so early. This is a bit early for
you
but
early.
I know. But most of your work is very, very late. Now, you really have a rich history with the Bay Area. I mean, I understand that you taught at American Conservatory Theater, ACT.
I studied there.
Did you? And at Berkeley Rep before. So is this a bit of a homecoming for you?
It is a homecoming. I studied here at ACT. I taught at Stanford for 10 years. And actually, one of my first plays, the play that I'm doing now, Let Me Down Easy, is actually a part of a long series of plays, a series I created called On the Road, A Search for American Character, in which I interview people and then perform them with the idea of absorbing America through absorbing the words of the variety of people I talk to. And the second one that I ever made was commissioned by Joy Carlin when she was artistic director for a year at Berkeley Rep. She's the first person in an institution to take a chance on me. And in that one, other actors played the parts. But I have to thank Berkeley Rep and the Bay Area for so much of what I am.
And here you are, giving back again to the Bay Area. Let's take a look at a clip from your most recent show, and this was with former Texas Governor Ann Richards, and you were able to talk to her about 4 months before she died, and here you are as Ann Richardson.
No, I was not the first woman governor of Texas. Well, in the 20s, there was Pa Ferguson, who was governor, and Pa was married to Ma, and Pa died, and Ma became governor. Now, she was the one, when asked about bilingual education, who said, if the English language is good enough for Jesus Christ, it's good enough for everybody.
It sounds like you have been sort of smoking the cigarettes and got that raspy voice. If I close my eyes, that is Ann Richards. And I apologize, I said Richardson, but Ann Richards, that is her. I had the chance to meet her one time, and you really just... that is Ann on stage.
Well, she's the 11 o'clock number, you know, and at that point in the evening, you need somebody who knows as much about performance, and she's not an actor. I mean, she's really, I feel like when I play Ann, she's teaching me how to get a laugh. And she gets a lot of laughs.
And I can hear it a little bit in your voice there. I mean, your theater is so well researched. And you're tackling a tough subject here. You talk about healthcare. That is the thread through all of this.
Yeah, the play was designed to be the human side of the healthcare story that is rolling out in politics. When I opened the show in New York, it was right after the president put out the healthcare bill. And so we know that there's a lot of political controversy about that. And the problem about political talk is it's all about winning, people trying to win a side. And sometimes what happens in all of that is the human stories really get left out. So I'm hoping that this play can serve to tell the human story for folks on both sides of the aisle.
One of I think the most searing interviews that you mentioned was from a nurse who was part of Hurricane Katrina and trying to help patients down there.
Yes, a young doctor who had a very advantaged background, Caucasian, went to Barnard and so forth, and was horrified by the fact that at her hospital, Charity Hospital in New Orleans, which, as you know, is one of the oldest hospitals for poor people in America, they were the last to be evacuated. They were there for 6 days, and nobody came to get them. And I think that it pleases me that audiences are so drawn to that character, because it means to me that, you know, no matter how well off folks are, and people come to the theater tend to have some kind of advantage, right? We want to know that this is a caring country, and I think that piece about what happened in Katrina and the kinds of people who were left abandoned makes a lot of folks concerned. We don't want to think that that could happen here in the United States.
20 characters, how do you do it?
Memory. What is that Lily Tomlin line about how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice. Yeah, it's just that, practice.
The incredible stories you tell, and again, this is at Berkeley Rep, and again, it's a homecoming for you. Have any of the famous people come to this? Lance Armstrong or Lauren?
Lance has not seen the show. Lauren has seen a part of it without her in it. Anne, of course, didn't live to see it, and Joel Siegel, who's another well-known person, didn't live to see it. Most of the other people in the show have seen it. And even though, I suppose, you know, in marketing, one highlights the so-called well-known people in the play, all 20 of these people have extraordinary ways of expressing themselves and bring, I think, very compelling ideas to us as we try to wrestle through what we're going to do about health care.
And we are very lucky to have you there to tell their stories. Anna Deavere Smith, thanks so much for joining us here on Bay Sunday. Her play is Let Me Down Easy. It is playing now through July 10th at the Berkeley Repertory Theater. And for more information and tickets, you can log on to berkeleyrep.org. Well, from healthcare on the stage to healthcare right here at home, we're going to profile a special nonprofit organization in the Bay Area when we return. Stay with us.